Hello, my friend. Today I'm chatting with Cass UK about something so many women struggle with, taking care of ourselves with the same love and attention we so freely give to everyone else. After a life-threatening experience during childbirth forced Cass to reevaluate her priorities, she began building a life and a business centered around women's well-being. We talk about self-care as survival, making changes before life forces us to, and giving ourselves permission to want more. So grab something delicious and settle in. Here is Cass UK. You have some pretty flowers behind you.
Yeah. No, that's my studio. I actually have a studio in the northeast of England. That's where we're based.
Oh, nice. Well, it's so great to meet you. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm grateful to have you on.
No, amazing. Yeah.
Well, great. Well, for my audience and for my benefit too, tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
Right. Well, I'm Cassandra Sonma Okaobi, but I go by Cass UK. So Cass UK, and I own an award-winning nurse-led wellness brand that is called Delicious. We are based in the northeast of England. I also have my personal brand, which is Cass UK. And under that brand, we have Blueprint Academy, where we mentor women on how to start and scale their own businesses. So we've been going with Delicious for 5 years. And a lot of times I get asked, how did you start? How do I start? And this is why we've launched Blueprint Academy, to be able to mentor women to be able to do the same thing.
Wow, wonderful. Well, you started in the nursing industry. Did I read that right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that part. Yes, yeah. I went to school in Dominica, Caribbean island of Dominica.
Uh-huh.
So I did my nursing there, my bachelor's degree. I was born in Nigeria, so I moved to the Caribbean when I was 19. So I studied my nursing. My mom used to be a midwife. I had her own
Oh.
maternity in Nigeria growing up. So,
Hmm.
but at the moment I moved to the Caribbean, she was living there as well. She was working as a midwife. So I studied there. After my study, I decided to move. So I moved to the UK. Now, when I moved to the UK, I was living in London. So I did care home. I was a team leader in a care home. And I moved from there to a private hospital. And then I moved to NHS in the northeast of England. And that was my
Okay.
recent experience before I left. So I no longer practice as a nurse. That's why I almost forgot that part. So I'm doing my business full time. Yeah.
Okay. And that led you into wanting to do something in healthcare, right? Your company, your brand is health based.
100%. 100%. Because the thing is, like with Delicious, I didn't walk away from what I knew. I literally just
Mm.
like did it in a different way.
Evolved.
Evolved,
Hmm.
yeah, that's what it is. So we offer preventative measures. So what I noticed when I was in the hospital working is like a lot of people coming into the hospital and didn't have enough information on how to take care of themselves, like the
Mm.
supplements they can take, all of that. So we combine like education, we provide like supplements, skincare, hair care, a little bit of TLC. I would believe
Mm.
like self-care is not selfish, it's actually survival. Because sometimes people think like self-care is something that is reserved for the rich people. It's reserved for other people. It's not for me. Oh no, why should I take time to take care of myself? No, everybody should be taking care of themselves. And that is one of the biggest thing we are, pouring on and championing on with Delicious.
Oh, I love that. I totally agree with you too, that when you take care of yourself, when you feel better, when you care for yourself, you're
Yeah.
better able to care for others and you're better able to make a greater impact for the people that are around you.
Oh no, that's 100%. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So a cup
Hmm.
is empty. You're empty. What are you pouring? Nothing. So
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I think especially women, we have a hard time with that because for so long you put one foot in front of the other, you're doing everything for everyone else, and you just do what you have to do. You have to go to work, you have to care for your people. Yeah, you have all these things. So, the things that fill your cup kind of take a back seat because, oh, I'm okay. I can do this. I can keep going. I can multitask, but that's really not true, right?
No, it's not. And I think like if women can be able to take a time, step back and take care of themselves, they can be able to be better mothers. They can have that
Yes.
emotional regulation where they are not like, So definitely that's something I saw firsthand as well with my mom. My mom, she's done a fantastic job in raising us. I've got 6 brothers and I'm the only girl. She's
Oh,
done an
wow.
amazing job. So I am where I am today because of my mom. But I think like growing up, I'm reflecting as an adult, and I felt like if she had taken some time off for herself, she would have, she would have given us a better emotion. That's what it is, And some of the times we carry on these emotions as women because we're trying to be everything for everybody. We can't. We literally can't.
Right.
We need to take care of ourselves, and it's not selfish. That's where this slogan comes in, because sometimes we feel like, if I take this time off, I feel selfish. I don't want to be selfish. I want to be able to take care. No, it's not selfish. It's actually survival. You need to take care of yourself to be able to survive, to be able to continue, to be able to thrive, So
Yes.
yeah.
Totally agree. So what does your company focus on? Like what kind of self-care are you suggesting that people where do we start, I guess, with the self-care?
Good question. Good question. Now we have a holistic approach. So we approach it from a holistic angle. So you don't just take care of the skin, you take care of the hair, you take care of your whole body, and that's what it is. We also offer corporate well-being. So corporate well-being, we go into companies and we offer them well-being days to their staff. Now that's something that stemmed much more for me after I left my job. I realized like if your employees are better, they can stay longer in the job. And this means you have healthier employees who are also not carrying that, that grunt from work into their home. So it's and we realize like we spend a lot of time at work more than home. Does that make sense? So we spend a lot
Right.
of time. So if you're not happy at work, you might bring that into your home. So if we can start from, okay, we're taking care of this person at their home, they're buying that, but at work, we're gonna go into the work as well and think we need to have a holistic, health society, not just one, but all around.
Brilliant. Yeah, and I gotta believe too that an employee who gets that kind of benefit at work is going to be happier at work, is going to do a better job. They're going to stay longer probably too.
100%, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, is that what you focus on now solely, or you have both the corporate side and the consumer side that you're working with?
Right. So with Talicious separately, that's what we focus on. We still have the product. We haven't stopped selling the product.
Okay.
We have the product. And even when we go into the corporate companies, we also bring the product with us as well. So we offer them like well-being talk, well-being coaching. We also
Mm,
have them try the product on site and stuff. But I also have my personal brand, which is Cass UK, and Cass UK has Blueprint Academy. So that is something like it's very much personal to me. With Talicious, I work with other people. We also go in and deliver this stuff. But with Cass UK, it's worldwide. I offer mentorship to women. I offer even like well-being coaching to women who are going through burnout, who went through the same thing I went
mm,
through, who are also trying to navigate career and life and trying to balance everything. And how did I do it? I'm able to offer that to other women. So I did that with Cass UK and also the business part. Now, one of the things that I realized when I started mentoring women and is that, okay, yeah, that's good. I want to take some time off. I want to be able to do this, but I don't have a stable income. My business, I want to do a
yeah.
side business. I want to do a side, but how do I be able to scale my business? I was like, oh, that's actually true. Because sometimes we want to take that little bit of vacation. We want to take that bit of self-time, but we haven't reached that stable income stage where we can be able to do that.
Hmm.
And this is where the side income culture is coming in. Like we want to do that side income, but how can we be able to scale that side income so that that side income becomes our full income, and we can be
Hmm.
able to manage our time and get into that career where we are happy. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
that's where it's all interlocks.
Yeah.
So I'm not mentoring women. You can take care of yourself. You can be able to scale that business. You can be able to do that business, so that business can be able to take care of you, and you can be able to buy back your
Yeah.
time. So that's what we'll do with the Blueprint Academy under CAS UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to make that leap too, right? When you're not making the income and then to trust that, well, if I'm just happier, I'll be able to get where I want to go financially. How do you help women bridge that gap to that, from getting from, okay, I don't have enough income to meet my budget, from there to, oh yeah, I'm trusting that the self-care is working. How do you bridge that gap?
So this is where we come in, because most of the times people stay in a job they're not happy because
Mm-hmm.
they're afraid to leave because they don't know what else they
Right.
can do with their life. Where is the next meal gonna come? Where am I gonna get my next income? But what I pick up is like most of the times when I speak to women, I realize they have a lot of skills that they've also picked up from
Yes.
that job. And that skills can be monetized. They can go into coaching other people. They can go into teaching other people about the skills they've picked up. And they can do that full time. But they probably don't haven't realized that because that job
Mm-hmm.
that is not making them happy is the only thing they know about. So they stay stick on that job. They stay on
Yep.
that job. They're not happy. They get burnt out. So when I come in, I try to understand who this person is. What is your story? What is your background story? And are the skills you have? And how can we be able to coach you to get that skills into monetization so you can get into a job and work for yourself and be happier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so true. We just we don't trust that we can do it. We have so many skills, not just from the jobs that we've had, but from just life in general, juggling
that's
all
true.
the things.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
And again, sometimes it's like mindset shift as well.
yeah.
Mindset shift of going from that 9 to 5 to becoming a CEO. And
Hmm.
it's difficult. It's not easy. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's easy. It wasn't easy for me as well. And this
Hmm.
brings me to the stage where what was that switch for me? What when did I realize, you know what? I need
Hmm.
to go full time and focus on me. Now, when I
Hmm.
started Charlie Shows, I was working at a private hospital in London. So I was doing that
Hmm.
alongside working at my full-time job. So I was doing that on the side. I was also like, you know what, that's my stable income. I don't want to leave it.
Yeah.
But I had my baby 2 years ago. He's gonna be 2 years in August, actually, August
Oh.
16th. And I had a good pregnancy, a beautiful pregnancy. I was, good. But then I had a traumatic delivery and I almost lost
Mm.
my life and my baby's life. Yeah. So
Oh.
I had blood gushing out of me. I was rushed into the emergency section. I had an emergency section. It was a terrible moment for me. And of course, when something like that happens, you start to think about,
Hmm.
at that point, I realized like life is too short. Why stay in a job where I'm not happy? Why play
Hmm.
it small when I can play it big? So
Hmm.
so that was a switch for me. I decided to go all full in on my business, Delicious, and I have never regretted it. And recently, I've become one of the you know, female founder to be sponsored under the Sparks program in the Northeast. So I bootstrap
Hmm.
my business. I put all the money I have into my business, and right now I'm being funded. That's because I believed in myself. I believed,
Mm.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna do it. And sometimes that's what we need. If we don't take that step, we're just gonna stay in that position, and it's just gonna go
Yeah.
on and on. So yeah, you just have to go. You just have to do it. That's what it takes.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully it doesn't take a traumatic event for women to realize that they're worth it. You're worth
Oh,
taking that
that's
risk.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
because
Yeah.
well, then look at the risk, weigh them side by side. You've got the risk of, going out and doing your own thing and
Yeah.
trusting yourself that you have what it takes to do it, because you do. You
Mhm.
may not know that just yet, but you do. Or the other risk is staying in the same company that you've been at and not doing, you're building someone else's empire. You're
Yep.
supporting something else. And, hopefully you're in a good position in a company that's doing good in this world. You're feeling good about what you're doing.
Yes. Yeah.
But, if you've got that little nudge on your shoulder, someone behind, something's telling you, "Hey, that thing that you wanted to do, you should go do that."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sometimes
And I
hard,
think
I think.
sometimes we need that. We need it to be able to a little bit of push.
Yes, yes. Our girlfriends are good at that. Like you should be
Yeah.
doing this, but we don't listen.
No,
Yeah,
amazing.
we need that gentle nudge, that gentle encouragement that you can do this, the support that you need a hype girl. Everybody needs a hype girl.
Yeah. Well, let me be your hype girl. If you're listening, let me be your hype girl. Cast UK Online. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give you that bit of nudge because I had to wait until something traumatic happened to me, and I don't want you to be in the same position because
Yeah,
you might not get a second chance. That's the thing. That's
yeah,
the thing. It's
right.
like it's not everyone that goes through that experience and comes out of it and
Yeah.
have the second chance to be able to say, oh, so
Mm-hmm. Well, and the good news is it's never too late. I mean,
never.
I come across a lot of women who have, gone through the career, gone through the corporate career, really want to do something on their own. A lot of us have had kids and they're out of the house now. So you're in that phase of life where, oh, I have maybe a little time for me. You know, when you start thinking again about, oh, that book I wanted to write, or that trip I wanted to take, or that cooking class I wanted to do, and all those things that just have been in the background for so long, and
Yeah,
then finally, okay, now I have time, or
yeah,
now I have a little bit more nudge to go
yeah.
do
To be
that
able to
thing.
do
So,
it. Yeah.
yeah, do you work with mostly women, or like who do you normally work with?
I work with mostly women. That doesn't mean men are excluded, but I'm very much passionate.
Uh-huh.
I'm very much passionate about women and
Yeah, me
women
too.
empowerment. So this is
Hmm.
where my core lies, and this comes from also like my grandmother and my mom and all of that. So I feel like I'm championing it for them and for other women to come
Nice.
after me. So that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, our ancestors, I feel we carry a lot of their stuff, good for good and bad, things that they wanted to do but couldn't or didn't.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, it's
championing
kind of
for
up
them.
to us to pick up the torch and do
Pick
it.
up the baton and go.
Yeah.
I was having a chat the other day. I don't know if you believe in which I don't believe in it, by the way, but this sometimes you get stories from your parents and you're like, oh, my mom told me when I was like about 19 or so. She said my grandmother from my dad's side, when my great grandmother, not my grandmother, my great grandmother, when she died, she used to say when she was alive, right? She used to say, I would, on my next work, when I come back, like this is reincarnation. When I come back again, I'm gonna be able to travel abroad. I'm gonna be able to go to university. She wasn't educated, but she
Hmm.
was like, even at that age, that stone age, she was like a strong woman. They call her like something that's called Agibu. Agibu was like in my tribe in Nigeria. It means like lion of a tribe. That's what
Oh,
she was
wow.
called. That's to show you how powerful she was.
Uh-huh.
And she did pay for her burial right before she died. And she said, when I die, I don't want anyone to come and disturb my son. I'm gonna pay for everything, so nothing gets disturbed. So I want to be buried the way I want to be buried. But the
Wow.
only thing that stopped her was education and traveling abroad.
Mm.
That's the two things she couldn't achieve. So my mom told me when I was born, they said that I was her reincarnation, you know, and even at this age, even like I was with my dad a few weeks ago, I was telling my dad, my dad said that's true. And everything she said she was gonna do, I see you doing all of that.
Wow. Oh, that gives me goosebumps.
She's like, I see you doing all of that. And my dad when I was growing up, my dad was like, one of those ones like he wasn't like outspoken or stuff. So my mom would tell. So I was just telling him, my mom used to say, she said, yeah. He said, yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's
And
fact. Wow. Yep, you are lion-hearted.
so sometimes I don't even believe in the things that I've done.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't mean like I don't have nerves, because sometimes people see me and think like, "Ooh, why does she have so much confidence?" That doesn't mean that I've got so. I have sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I'm shaking," but I'm shaking and I have to do it. I have to do it. That's what it is.
Mm.
So sometimes I don't even believe in the things that I've done or I've achieved, and that's why
Yeah.
sometimes I have to believe. There's something that is powering me. There's something much more. And it's so powerful. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The courage just comes.
It just comes. I don't know where it comes from,
Yeah.
by the way. It just
From your grandma, your great grandma.
I think so, because I am a chicken. I am a chicken. I don't have I don't know where that comes from.
I'm not sure I believe that. Yeah. I
Oh
mean, to
God.
do all the things that you've done, to come from Nigeria and to go to an island in the Caribbean and then
Yeah,
move to London or to be just those moves by themselves are big, let alone starting your own company and then branching out and evolving into teaching others how to do what you're doing. It's very cool.
thank you.
So tell me more about like, do you have any stories from some women that you've coached? Like, what are some of the stories that you've seen, the transformations that you've seen?
So one of the things I noticed is like sometimes women we doubt ourselves. We feel
Mm-hmm.
like, what, we're not qualified enough. We don't deserve that.
Mm.
And a good example is even yesterday I was speaking to a lady, and at the beginning I asked her, "Do you have like structures in place and things like in case if your business had to to grow when we start working with you? And she said yes and stuff like that. Now, when I started diving in on the things that we could support her with, and one of those was like she does outfits, she does clothing. I said she want to take her brand international, she want to grow, she want people to know about her. And then I said, okay, that's fine. These are the things we can do for you. And one of it was like, you know what, I'm gonna meet I have a thing with Mayor of the Northeast of England on the 17th of July this month.
Uh-huh.
So, and I told her, why don't you make an outfit for the mayor and you put it on your own design and packaging, and then you give it to her
Mm-hmm.
as a gift, and you dress in your own outfit. So when people ask you, wow, that's a nice outfit, you say, yeah, I made it, it's mine. And you give them your card so they can book you in and you can make the outfit for them. This is what I told her yesterday. Now I realized, like, at first she was excited about what she wanted to achieve. But then
Mm-hmm.
when we started going in, and then I started telling her about I saw she got a bit scared. She was like,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, I think that's too much. Oh, I was like, so that again, that is the imposter syndrome.
Yes.
We have that as women. I don't know what it is. You know, at that point I realized, I told her that. I told her, she said, yes, that's true. I told her, you just realized like this could happen for you and you just got scared and you're like, you know what, am I ready for it? Am I ready to carry on this marathon? You
Mm-hmm.
know, so this is something we need to be mindful of.
Yeah.
Everyone has that imposter syndrome. You know, I have it myself, but I don't let it detect what I have to do. I
Yeah.
don't let it. You know, it's a little chip on our shoulder. You know,
Yes.
you know,
Mm-hmm. Who are you to think that you can do this? And
that's right. You know,
yeah.
you're a
You
little
know, it
girl from
gets
a small town.
yeah. Yeah. I think it gets easier as we get older to realize that, oh, this is that thing that's happening again. I see you. This is that imposter syndrome again.
That's true. That's true. As we get older, as we get more experienced as well,
Yes.
that's what it
Mm-hmm.
is. So we get over it. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
these are the things that comes up and up, like when I mentor women and speak with them, a lot of the imposter syndrome. A lot of it comes from I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm very much passionate about women, is like we've been drawn back a lot years, and a lot of things has put us, like, you know, on a disadvantage. Childbearing is one of the biggest ones. When we get
Mm-hmm.
pregnant, we're not able to do as much as we can. And I also I experienced that firsthand. I used to be like someone that's active. I would get up, and I realized when I was pregnant, I couldn't be able to do that. I slept a lot during my first
Mm-hmm.
trimester. So now, if you're running a business, it's difficult to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then you have the postpartum recovery. So a whole lot of these things does affect us as women. You know, we're not
Mm-hmm.
going to deny that. But the most important thing is acknowledging it and understanding it and realizing, you
Mm-hmm.
know, this is what it is. And also asking for help where you need help. You
Yeah.
don't have to do it alone. You actually don't have to do it alone. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I did it alone. So I also had a difficult postpartum recovery. And I was so lucky to have my husband. I had my mother-in-law. She stepped in and she helped me quite a lot. And that is also something I speak so much about women, supporting women in that aspect. So
Yes.
she was very, very helpful. So
Yeah.
we don't have to do it by ourselves, but we have to understand what is it that is our limitation and where can we ask for help. And because my mother-in-law stepped in quite a lot, my dad stepped in, my mom stepped in where she can as well. I was able to go back in running my business as usual,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So my customers didn't feel that much gap. I was shipping orders, I was packing orders, I was doing all I can. But if I didn't have that support, my business would have suffered,
Yeah.
you know. So
Well, and you know, you talk about women, we have these limitations, like you're physically maybe not able to do some of the things that you did before when you're pregnant or after having a baby or running around after a toddler, for goodness sakes, you know. Yeah, or like when you hit perimenopause or menopause, you know, things change. But you know, that's another mindset shift, I feel like, too, because
yeah.
okay, yeah, physically maybe some of these things are different, but you created a human. You know,
Wow, yeah.
yeah, you are raising a human in those years. And then as you get older during menopause, perimenopause, think of all the wisdom that we've gained. And you're no longer in childbearing years, but you are now the wise one. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
you're the one that has you know, you can go back and support other women going through some of those things. So, yeah, I just, Yeah, I'm just agreeing that it's a mindset shift that, okay, yeah, this is different, but it's also powerful. It's also a way
That
that
is
we can lift
100%
each other
true.
up.
That is 100% true. Because also it goes back to what I was saying. It's like sometimes women don't understand like the skills we've accumulated over the years from
Yes.
our work. We can use that as well to mentor other people. We can use that to help people. There are a lot of people that actually need mentorship out there to be able to get away from what they're struggling with. And we can use that as well and be able to
Yeah,
monetize it. So that's something we do,
absolutely.
you know, amazing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like, think of the organizational skills it takes to raise a family or run a household. It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You mentioned you have something coming up.
If anyone is listening across the world, we have our 9 to 5 to CEO event. So if you go to our website, CAS UK Online Masterclass, you can register on that anywhere in the world.
Okay.
Come into that masterclass, come have a chat with us as well.
Oh, fun.
Especially if you're trying to do that mindset shift from 9 to 5 to CEO. So that is
Mm.
available for you to register in the first week of August. So
Okay.
that's what that will be. So no,
Cool.
definitely. I also have my book, The Delicious Way. This is also available on
Oh, that's
Amazon.
great.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon.
Nice.
No, I'm going to do a deep dive in on this book, and it also spoke about my postpartum journey. It also spoke about my burnout journey when I was working in the hospital as well, and how I
Uh-huh.
was able to manage that and recover. So it's a letter to every woman out there that is going through the same
Oh.
thing, burnout, trying to recover, trying to find themselves again. That is very,
Mm.
very powerful. Like we can lose ourselves in the journey of
For sure.
in the journey of life. So it's a very good book to go in and find on Amazon anywhere in the world, and you can order it.
Okay.
We'll be getting people in Australia, in America, Canada, all over the world ordering it, so it's available. Go get a copy of the
Okay.
traditional way. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. I'll put those links in my show notes too, so people can find you really quickly and easily your
I'll find it.
online stuff and your book. So yeah.
No, that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. It's just so powerful. Yeah, I totally agree that we do lose ourselves along the way because you get used to just doing the thing. You get
yeah,
used to going to work and coming home and being kind of miserable, and you don't even realize you're miserable.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're just off, and you're not your best self. So yeah, totally agree with the your whole philosophy of using self-care as a way to be a better human.
yeah,
That's just great. Totally agree. Can I shift gears on you a little bit?
yeah. That's good.
Well, at the near the end of the discussion that I have with brilliant women, I like to bring it around to cocktails because I love cocktails. I love a good toast. What's your favorite drink or your favorite glass of wine? What do you like to enjoy?
Oh, I do not drink alcohol,
Yeah,
but I love a good drink. So I do
yeah,
mocktails.
yes.
So I do pina colada.
Mm, that's
Pina
another.
colada
I love
is
that
it's
flavor.
very nice. It has that coconut type of vibes, and it brings me a good memory of the Caribbean.
Yes,
So
for sure.
good.
Very Dominican flavors. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love a nice noseko. So
Oh,
noseko is like champagne.
prosecco.
Yeah, prosecco,
Yeah,
but no alcohol. So
without.
noseko.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love red wine as well without alcohol. So I don't miss out on anything. I drink my wine. I drink
Yeah.
my mocktails. So I get all of that in. So
Of
yeah.
course. Yeah. I think mocktails are having a moment, they're really elevated. It's still fun to be able to enjoy something that's got a little something special with,
Yeah.
multiple flavors and decorate it up with some garnish and just make it look
Yeah.
special and festive because that brings a party.
I love it. I love it. Especially with
Yeah.
like the pineapple slice on the side. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. Just makes it fancy right away.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it.
So what's a favorite memory shared with girlfriends?
Memory, memory, memory. I've had so much good memories. But my best ones were in the Caribbean.
Yes.
Yeah, I've when I did my nursing degree in the Caribbean, like I mentioned.
Uh-huh.
So which memories like just going on a long drive on a weekend to
Yeah.
the other part of the island,
Mm.
so yeah. It's not even traveling to a new country, it's just like on that drive.
Uh-huh.
Because the thing about the Caribbean island is like once you're driving, you have that nice view. You can see the sea. you can see the nature. So you just on that drive, it's just a good memory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I can just almost put myself there. I can
yeah,
feel the ocean breeze and smell the
yeah.
salt and just all of it. Yeah,
That's what
just
it is.
calming. Well,
Yeah,
and then when you're with your girlfriends in the car, there's nothing to do but talk and giggle.
yeah. Yeah, so you enjoyed all this talk and giggle, you enjoyed the nature, you enjoyed the breeze, and I mean,
Yeah.
no, you cannot buy that with money. That is a feeling that
No,
is just, yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, I can almost taste the pina colada.
Yeah, so that's been my best memory. It's like I lived a life like people are trying to get away to.
Yeah.
I lived in the island for 10 years, and there's a few people
Mm.
that's one of the things. Like when I moved to the UK, everyone was like, "Why?" They
Why?
they
Yeah.
literally work. People literally work for a whole year to save up money to go and experience this for maybe
Yep.
2 to 3 weeks. But I lived there for 10 years. But this is part
Oh,
of
yeah.
also like I love to travel. Anyways, I love to travel. Everywhere
Hmm.
I go to, I make it home. And I love living
Yeah.
in the UK as well. So
Mm.
so this is it.
Nice. And you can go back if you want to go back and
Yeah, I
travel.
could. I could
Hmm.
go back. But I think I've met this home in the UK. I met my husband in the UK. Anyways,
Hmm.
I met him in London, and I've got a baby now. But you know what I'm starting to realize? I want to go back to the Caribbean lifestyle, which is quite.
Mm-hmm.
I've been telling my husband that for the past few months. I think I'm gonna do that in the next 5 years. I'm just gonna retire and just go back because it's.
Mm.
I mean, all this hustle and bustle. At the end of the day, we need to. Life is meant to be lived in nature. That's what it is.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't think you
It's
agree with me
hard.
on that. Do you agree with me on
Yeah.
that?
Yes. Well, and it's hard to live in nature when you're cold.
Well,
When
that's
there's
that's
snow.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
I
100. I
get
think that,
that.
that that's what it is. That's what it is for
Yeah.
me. So I want to live in the nature, but I mean, like it's cold. It is cold. So I want that nice Caribbean sun as well with it.
Yeah. I don't blame you one bit. Nice. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you'd love to share?
Uh I think I've shared everything, to be honest. I've spoken about
Okay.
Talicia's, I've spoken about my book, I've just
Yeah.
spoken about my journey. And I hope anyone that is out there listening can be inspired to take that leap and get onto that journey. And if they need a nudge, just go to my website,
Yes.
casukonline.com. I've got my calendar is open, 30 minutes free
Oh,
consultation call. So they can book in
okay.
a call, free consultation call. They come and have a chat, and then we try to understand like where they are and where they've been as well, and where they want to go, and we
Mhm.
can be able to support and help with that.
Yeah. That sounds great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Cass. I've enjoyed this conversation a lot, and it's great getting to know you and meeting you and on Zoom from
Yeah,
across the
no,
world.
no, nice having a chat with you, Penny, and I look forward to the podcast coming out, and we'll keep in touch.
Bye. That's a wrap on this episode of Penny for Your Shots. If you loved today's conversation, don't let the inspiration stop here. Get my weekly insider updates straight to your inbox. It's where I spill behind the scenes goodies, exclusive tips, and all the fun stuff I don't always share on the podcast. Sign up now at pennyforyourshots.com/insider. I'll see you in your inbox next Thirsty Thursday. Cheers!